Hey there again. I'm going to pick it up as far as 1970, but let me go back to 1969 because unfortunately the present day context, came through relative to present day. Okay. I was so young, and all I knew was expanding the horizons. My dad got me a bike. I don't know if I've explained that yet, and I was able to learn more than just a couple of streets over as time went on. It's probably the second year, 1968. Okay, and so I learned about the creeks, learned about the houses being built down the road, steps, for the oaks 50 feet. You continue to grow up, and the tree forts, of Dave, and the neighborhood kids with neighborhood, lemonade stands. What kids do. Johnny Jersick, his father, I didn't know anything. These were everyone. Only the highest level of honesty, integrity, and the healthiest context. I didn't even know about anything like that. I knew these were people that did right. Only. Okay, only right. So I didn't know anything about grown-up stuff yet. It was about to start picking up, though, in the coming up years. Okay? I'm still a kid learning about downtown Deerfield and the kids hanging out there, Deerfield Record Shop. You continue beginning to grow. Certainly by the time you're 9 or 10, you're beginning to take on completely different development. I haven't, researched the subject head on in to know, every aspect of that, but I know that certainly by the time, 7 and 8 compared to 9 and 10, you've done some growth there. And I wasn't going to mention it, but I will anyhow. Learning the difference between right and wrong. I know it very well at a very early age. Curiosity can get you in interesting aspects. Okay? It happened. And it happened. That's okay. All I know is growth. Go out and learn and build curiosity and come back to us and share it with us. The beliefs, you had never learned them. Isn't that great? Yeah. I understand most people have beliefs. See how you learn them. Maybe that's why that laid a foundation. And I'm going to explain that further because there began to be grown-up aspects from Curious George. I was able to ride my bike further and further out towards Lake Cook Road. Further out, getting to learn new things I've never experienced before. Oh yes, Wayne Cole had. I continued to go over there and see Mrs. and Mr. Cole. Of course I know Forrest, and I know, of course I do. I recall everything head on. Okay? I'm trying to think, Forrest and John, yes. When I look at I'm going to skip past, a lot of my childhood, okay? It's all there. This isn't about my childhood. This is just taking, an hour or so and letting you know what my background consists of, okay? Oh, And by the time I'm going at 1970. In 1971, there was going to be a new library built. There were some houses on Deerfield Road. They tore them down in 1972 and built a new library, fully transparent. In addition, I believe, to the police station, and things continued to progress. Everyone in the village always the highest level of honesty, integrity. Everybody is very happy, very happy. But what I could tell, these were people that it is a great place to raise a family. I'm very fortunate that I grew up out there. Now, I skipped ahead to 1972. The village stopped moving houses. The historic factor, they moved a house over by Kipling Road and some other history aspects, and they continue to. It is one of the best villages, one of the best to raise a family. That's where I come from. And so that's all I know for the past 30 years. And then we'll get up to present day. What happened? I didn't want to do it in this aspect. I wanted to keep it exactly in its appropriate context to the time ranges. And anyhow, you grow up. By then, I've gone through, Wayne Cole's the Cole's backyard, and by then I'm hearing, that the neighbors think it's a bunch of weeds. Oh, those weren't weeds. Those were prairie plants. Marion Cole, extremely influential prairie plants. I believe something to do with biology. Remember, Wayne Cole is an organic chemist, a renowned. Okay, only thing I knew is electronics from him. Tremendous influence. Okay, and my parents encouraged that. All areas of development and growth from a very early age. I'm extremely fortunate what laid the foundation for the next 35 years. Close enough to it, okay, because all of that. I'm extremely fortunate that I grew up in Deerfield. I didn't know about Highland Park. I knew about Highwood. I didn't know anything about Lake Forest. I just knew everything was right and only the highest level of honesty, integrity. That's all I knew. But you don't even know about the grown-up stuff. You know about stuff as a kid. By 1970, I'm 10, so I'm going over to local television shops with what Wayne Cole is sharing with me. Thank you. And my childhood is normal. I've disclosed it here. Thank you. Thank you very much for getting to know me better. As we mature and grow, we moved on to junior high. I attended Allen B. Shepherd Junior High. Okay? And I am going to fully disclose everything. I am a thoroughly honest person. I've learned it all. From who? I've just shared it. Middle class. Okay? And I attended junior high and I was very interested in electronics by the time I was 12. My father got me a new bike, a 10-speed, and I really utilized that to its full potential. Coach Sullivan and Coach Nelson in PE, lots of influence on me. A.E. Savage and I became the top athletes, in junior high. I used to go jogging all the time to school, 8th grade particularly. Joanne Utterback had a crush on me. Anyhow, I'm only sharing bits and pieces. There is a whole lot more. I can go considerably further into depth. I have to say, very, very fortunate. The highest level of honesty and integrity is all I know. Middle class. We learn new things. We take on new, different friends as we mature. People we have things in common with, we can share and relate. Going over to Jewett Park and the hill off the police station, toboggan, all of that. It changes as time goes on. The 4th of July, Jewett Park, and we grow and mature. And for me, that began early. And as far as the childhood, it couldn't have been better. I'm very fortunate who I am today because of that foundation. And 100% recollection of everything to the T. I'm normal in every aspect, highly developed. Wayne J. Cole, as I keep mentioning, has had so much influence on me over that decade. I don't know how many times I cut through his backyard. Johnny Jurczyk, his father was an attorney. All we knew was he came home with ice cream, and we went behind the furnace. We ate ice cream. That was. I'm going back a couple of years earlier. Okay. And my dad burning, fall time. We put the leaves out. I was very fortunate to have a father. It's amazing what he achieved. My mother, the best. They were great parents. They really loved me. And what I'm doing here is I am skipping past a lot of my childhood. And just so you know, it's fully developed. I'm sorry this is happening today, what's happened over just the last couple of years, which I'm going to bring it up to present day. Maybe it's good it is happening. My mother knew those social sciences inside out, and I learned about them from a very young age. And I've learned what's true about my background. Normal. Very much. Okay? You don't know grown-up stuff at that age. There's more. I didn't understand what was on television during 1972. You outgrow the cartoons. When I was at Johnny Jurczyk's, his mom watched soap operas. I wasn't, I didn't understand anything. Now, one thing I do have to mention, this is probably why my reaction is the way it is. Okay, Walter Jacobson. Now that is relative to today. Okay, Walter Jacobson, looked him up, Chicago, Illinois. I just knew only the highest level of honesty, integrity, and the healthiest context. I have no issues of anything relative to the, what you're seeing on emotions during those years. That's all relative to present day context only. I want to clarify that. I didn't expect for this to happen. I did another set of videos here, and I think it's probably be wise that I retain the first set of videos here. 2. I am gonna retain them because that does go considerably. That gives a much better profile of my childhood. This junior high, Wayne Cole, higher level substance. I think I began to learn, a little bit more about Abbott, the neighbor Sears, Donna Sears. She was, oh man, you talk about EQ at the highest level. Now I'm going way ahead here. And I'm still that kid, the Silbermans across the street on Woodcanton, the Halams. There's a neighbor down the road. The second house to the south from where we lived on Woodcanton, he had toy sales. Really cool. Felipe, but that's later. He was on Colwyn. I'm very well adjusted, but I do have to say that I am very unique in those qualities of building on curiosity. I am very, very, very fortunate. Deerfield was a clique. I didn't know about it. Now, I'm going to get into that further. Those other videos that I did in my childhood, I'm going to retain and back up as original because that will show the truth there. Okay. One day, LMB Junior High, I started jogging. I took my bike, the 10-speed, put it to good use. My father went to the bank. Something I didn't understand when I was 12. I got a piggy bank. Interest rates were sky high. I didn't understand any of that. How am I supposed to when I'm 10, 11, 12? And my parents and all of what I've experienced was a fantastic childhood. I say it couldn't have been much better. I certainly developed very well, very well. Yeah, I take my bike and I follow the electric lines down Waukegan Road, and I went into Lake Forest. I didn't know if I'm on the wrong side of the street. A cop told me that. I was like, huh? I was looking at it, that would be wise to be, on the other side of the street as the car is coming at me so I could get out of the way. And that was at an early age. I was probably 13 or 14. I started riding that bike. An hour a day, 17 miles, okay? I put it to good use. I learned about nutrition. My parents never impressed it. Maybe my sister mentioned a word or two. I am someone who has done a tremendous amount of research, an equivalent of PhD and Master Substance. I think Wayne Cole had tremendous influence. And my father, creating success, a certified public accountant, his clients, all success. You must have expertise or experience to create that success. That's pretty early on to learn about that kind of stuff. I'm going to label this now 16 minutes. Let me mention this, that as I continue to grow, your parents have, you become more independent. And I'm going to try to skip this in here. There is much more. 1972. Let me start a new video on that because there is some more I want to disclose here from 1972. I'm going to label this one. Oh, the block parties and all the neighbors. Oh, just fantastic. All building on curiosity. There's a great. I'm going to label this one 1970 through 1973. Okay? And I'm going to pick up the rest of those, finish off, an introduction to my childhood on that video into the teenage years. Okay, let's hope I get these dates right. Thank you very much for, taking the time to learn more about me. I hope you're getting a lot out of this. I thank you very much. I guarantee it will be well worth your time. What I'm going to share, though, coming up. Absolutely. I promise you I've had a fantastic experience in my grown-up years. Thank you.